Hi guys, this is Fahd Dawood. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon. Would love it for you to stay in touch with me now. Because I get more traction now and I'm getting lots of people reaching out to me with questions, one of the things that I want to do is on a weekly basis answer any questions that come to me in the comment section, or if you send them to me by WhatsApp. It's the best way for me to be able to answer even specific questions that are very specific to your situation. So don't be shy, send them across. I'm going to try my best to go through them at least on a weekly basis, sometimes quicker and faster if there's more questions. So one of the viewers, subscribers, he sent down some questions to me, and one of the questions was he's about to take a handover of a property in Dubai. Should he do a proper snag and inspect? Now, generally speaking, what's happened in the last 15 to 20 years in Dubai, developers generally do this. So let me just tell you his question first. He came to me and he said, should I do a professional snagging or should I just do it myself? Because another agent advised him that it's a waste of money and he shouldn't really do it, right? So the way I answer this is I help you understand what's been the general history of Dubai, okay? This is what happens in Dubai. When an apartment or a townhouse or a villa gets completed, the general rule, the law is that you've got 1 full year of warranty on your entire apartment. Everything, almost everything inside comes under that contractor's warranty. Anything breaks, malfunctions, you can pretty much report it back to the builder, the developer, the builder. They will pretty much rectify it and solve your problem, okay? Generally speaking. The structure of the building has a warranty that's longer than 1 year. It's 10 years and then 2 years I think have been added on, so it's total 12 years. Or it's 8 years and 2 years are added on, so it's total 10 years. Regardless, it's 10 years plus, right? So that's how the structure gets taken on. You're probably most concerned about what's happening inside the apartment, because a few things can be very minuscule, such as a tile broken, a paint touch-up. These don't cost a lot. However, if you've just taken over a villa with 5 different AC air conditioning units, and you know how hot it gets over here, and God forbid you need to replace 2 or 3 of them in the first year because of faulty workmanship, or the wiring's loose, or there's an electrical short circuit, guess what? You don't want to be in that situation. So my simple answer to this person was, the cost of doing a professional inspection and snagging of the apartment, the townhouse or the villa is so minuscule compared to the actual cost of the apartment that it's a no-brainer that you should get it done. And I'll tell you why you should get it done. You see, if you or your most trained agent goes to take handover of the property, the best you can do, and I've been there, is cosmetically look at the property, right? Oh, this doesn't look very handsome over here. This doesn't look very pretty over there. They need to paint this properly. Maybe the tap hasn't been polished properly. Fine. In the long term, the cosmetics don't matter, because trust me, you can get a cleaning company in there, a maintenance company in there, do a few touch-ups, costs nothing. But your agent and yourself, unless you guys are certified engineers, are probably not going to be looking at the wiring inside the ceiling. Are not going to look at the local Dubai Electricity and Water Authority standards being implemented, the way they've actually done the connections of the electrical wires, the plumbing, the air conditioning. There's a lot of other things. The company I generally use gives a 20 to 70 page report on all the things that the developer should rectify before you take on the property. Now here's the kick. I'm not going to say all developers do this, but a lot of developers do this. When the time of handover comes, the developers are very interested for you to give them the final payment, take the keys, smile big time, and say, thank you very much for giving and handing over my property. When you give them a big list of snagging or things that need to be rectified, technically they haven't handed over the property to you, which actually delays their process and pisses them off sometimes. And I've seen developers do this. They'll take you to the apartment or the villa. They'll give you a 1-page sheet with very little space to write on and say, if today, while you take handover of this property, You can write everything on this page. We will fix it. Anything beyond this, we won't accept it at all. And these are pressure tactics that, as I said, all developers don't do this. Very few do this now. But these are pressure tactics for you to take over your property and smile and go away. Give us the money, right? Here's the deal. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I said, look, you know when you build a software, you can pretty much take it to the market and iron out the wrinkles and the kinks as the software gets used by everybody in the market, right? Because the software can be overhauled completely. You can tell the developers to rewrite the code any stage, any place, even while it's being used by the customers you've sold it to, right? You can't do that with an apartment that's built, a villa, a townhouse, and so on and so forth. So anything that's wrong that's been done by the developer, you want to get it professionally checked, and you want to be able to tell them the cost is so minuscule. So my simple answer, yes, do it. It's so minute as a cost that it shouldn't really bother you. Like, why would you spend $500,000 or dirhams and then worry about $1,000 or $300? Just mind blowing, right? Second question I received, and if I can remember it correctly, the same person's about to take handover of a property in a community, and he asked me, like, should he take the handover immediately or just delay it so it's closer to Expo 2020? Obviously, things that are excuse me, things that are going through the investor's mind are, hey, maybe if I take the property closer to handover, I don't have to give the developer my money, the cash stays with me, and also maybe I can rent it higher closer to Expo 2020. Here's the thing, unless you're strapped for cash, do not delay the handover of your property. Here's the reason why, right? When your property is getting handed over, probably 200 other apartments in the building are getting handed over, or 200 other townhouses, or maybe 200 other villas are also getting handed over in the same community. If you're one of the first ones to take the keys, you're probably the first one to go to the market to rent it out or to sell it if you want. Guess what? Supply is really short now. If there's genuine buyers for this type of property, you're going to be able to get the best price. If there's genuine tenants who want to move in, you generally get the best price. The moment you go into the middle or the last part where all the properties now on the market, guess what? Simple law of supply and demand. It's not a theory. It's not Fahd says. It's not what you say. It's not what the agent says. It's not what mom, dad, or the doctor says. It's a law, supply and demand. When there's more supply, the demand is going to not be necessarily higher, and if it's not, price generally goes down. You will suffer by then having to rent your apartment out or townhouse or villa at a lower price. Similar thing applies to actual sales. More apartments, the more difficult it's going to be for you to sell. Last but not the least, I get this request a lot, and people either email me or WhatsApp me and they say, hey, could you just send me a list of off-plan projects that you think are great to invest in? Like in Dubai right now, maybe there are 100 off-plan projects, okay? Here's the thing. If you've got a particular question to ask me, I'll probably answer it to you on YouTube. Please send it across to me. I will not comment on specific developers. The reason I don't do that is because sometimes for me to comment, it requires for me to do a lot of due diligence. And I do that for clients who are engaged with me and who are working with me. However, when you tell me, send me off-plan project, look, trust me, it will never ever benefit you for me to just send you off-plan projects. You're better off just going to one of the top developers, and then they'll give you the project that they have. The only bad thing there is you're going to be dealing with a salesperson, and there's nothing wrong with that. Salespeople are awesome. I'm a salesperson myself, but they're going to be interested in selling you their project. If you're looking for the perfect project that matches your investment criteria, I'm not going to say 100%, but at least a 90% match, work through a process. I've got one, write to me, let me know. I can send out the details on the process that I utilize. You can actually get me engaged on helping you. But just to throw off-plan projects at you because I'm like, buy this, I've never seen that work to anybody's benefit, okay? Look, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon. I'd love to stay in touch with you. Any questions you have, just ask me in the comment section, or WhatsApp me as well. Then I'll weekly, or even more if I can, try to answer your questions. Ciao for now.